particular discussion over an Indigenous Voice Department. Of course, today's censure, which will pass Parliament because Labor's supporting it and introducing it, former Prime Minister Scott Morrison. Joining me live is member for Kennedy, Bob Catter, and father of the House now as well. Thank you for your time. Why don't we just start with your view on the censure motion? Are you supporting it?
I was very keen to speak on it, Tom, because one of the most highly respected and longest-serving ministers in recent memory, he's ALP minister, he's gone now, he wanted to see me, and before I even sat down, he said, the politicians today do not govern, Bob. They do not govern, and they will not govern. No matter what party, no matter where they're from, they won't govern. And he was a classic example of it. The Prime Minister, in a desperate effort to try and get something to happen. And I said to Anthony Albanese last year, we were having a few sherbets together, I said, you don't want to end up like, this poor beggar, because he's going out of office having done absolutely nothing. But it was quite clear to me that he was conscious of that, and the desperation led him to very unconventional, I'm not saying improper, but very unconventional behaviour.
Support the censure then?
No, I don't, because I think the bloke did what he did, desperately trying to get something to happen whilst he was Prime Minister. He referred to his administration.
This power grab and done secretly. I mean, that's pretty.
Well, no, Tom, no.
Well, it was though.
Well, I'm not saying the secrecy thing, but do you think that if I was Prime Minister, I would have reverted to that? No, I'd have broken their bloody necks. If I said this had to happen and it didn't happen, then there would be big trouble in Little China.
So
and he should have been more brutal in his approach instead of being secretive.
He should have been more brutal. Do you mean?
And I use the word brutal because, I'm almost obsessed with the fact that I represent, and probably I'm the person that should be most outspoken on the community areas. And that's what I'd like to say today, that, we're moving to try and get this to take into account the remoteness and the isolation and the difference. Now,
I'm about to ask
I know, but it's got
time. I'm just trying to draw back. You sort of started to sound as if it was a desperate power grab, but then you said he should have been more brutal.
Because if you... I want to use the example of the market gardens, right? I mean, there's no nutritional value in the diet of the people in these community areas. They cannot get fresh fruit and vegetables. And I'm not going to go into the details of how or why. They can't get it, their life expectancy.
Are we talking Indigenous communities
right, now, Scott Morrison tried to do something about it. He tried to get a dam at Hewenden, right? He couldn't get either things to happen. So what do you do when you can't get things to happen? Well, I know what I'd have done in Scott's position. But, Scott's a nicer person than I am, and more Christian person, should I say, than I am. But, you need, Peter Cridlin was for her brutality, if you like. Kevin Rudd, but they got things done, right? Jockey Peterson in Queensland, he got enormous things done. But, was there probably there's a better word to brutality here, Tom, but I've used the word brutality. Yeah, if he wanted that to happen, then you better bloody well make sure it happened. Now, why I was anxious to speak today, I wanted private freehold title because that's what the people told me they wanted. They wanted land ownership like that, yeah, and we couldn't get it.
We're a bit short today, Bob. We might talk about the voice another day. A few things
by all means,
right.
But I think it was a desperate effort, and I could be wrong, and I hope I am, but I think when Anthony Albanese tries to get things done, he's going to run into the same problems. And
not sure it'll be exactly the same problems. We'll have to leave it there. We'll talk another day. Bob Catter, thanks for your time.
God bless all the listeners. Great honour to be on your program.